Greetings, everyone. I hope that you're all enjoying the beautiful fall foliage, as October certainly is quickly speeding by. A couple of weeks ago, I preached at the Sunday liturgies on patience, and since then I read a rather interesting article about Warren Buffett's take on success. And it seems that he says the number one leadership trait for someone to be successful is having the faith to believe that good things happen to those who wait. Now, of course, he speaks to entrepreneurs, telling them that instant gratification is a pipe dream. He says the long, hard journey and the trials of 14-hour days and sleepless nights will eventually yield results and pave the way to success, making the journey that much sweeter. The operative word to make that happen boils down to one rare trait, and that is patience. And researchers tell us that patient people make more progress toward their goals, are more satisfied when they achieve them. They tend to experience less depression and negative emotions. They cope better with stressful situations. They feel more gratitude and connection to people, and they experience a greater sense of abundance. Buffett believes that the key to developing this virtue are two things. The first is discipline, and the second is a system that can faithfully and consistently work over time. Well, certainly as Christians, we understand waiting. We spend all of Advent reflecting on waiting. We understand discipline. We've always talked a lot about our discipline. And then the system that Buffett writes about is repeated actions and habits that you involve yourself in a daily basis, which leads to success. So that article was interesting, so let's relate it to our situation today. Good things happen to people who wait. We are challenged these days to do a lot of waiting, patient waiting during these days of pandemic. And this definitely demands discipline on our part and a system. We need a practice. Now, for us as believers, that practice can involve many things: waking up in the morning to meditate, to read scripture, to pray the rosary, to spend some time in silence, to take long walks enjoying nature and experiencing God all around us. If you're comfortable coming to Eucharist, to receive the Eucharist, enter into Mass, though I know some are very uncomfortable, and I totally understand that. But another part of the practice that we can have is times of silence throughout the day, mindfulness meditation, thought stopping. When those negative thoughts come in, just say, stop. This is not real. This is just a thought. Focusing on the present, being grateful. What's our practice? That's really, really important. Patience is definitely a virtue that many of us struggle with, but we desperately need it during these days of pandemic. I was especially concerned a couple of days ago when I heard on the news that the virus is now spreading mainly through family gatherings. And this is very scary for all of us and doesn't bode well for the upcoming Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. This is going to be really hard for all of us. Thus, we do really need to prepare ourselves for a different holiday season, that we may not be able to gather with all those people that we love. But it is a sacrifice that we really have to make to keep our loved ones safe and to keep ourselves safe. So I'm challenging all of us to start preparing for it right now, to reflect upon the discipline that we need in our lives, to wait patiently, to not look for instant gratification, and reflect also on our system, our practice. What's our structure? We need a structure in our lives during these difficult days of prayer and meditation, of walks and exercise, of reading good books, of, with family members, playing different games if we live with the same family members, watching challenging movies as well as humorous movies, and planning Zoom chats with family and friends. It's going to be hard. There's no question about it. I don't look forward to it, but I know we can do it. That God's grace is present. It's always present for us if we take it in and use God's grace. Good things will happen to those who wait. So we must avoid that desire for instant gratification. That is truly a pipe dream. Have a peaceful, safe, and healthy week, everybody, as we continue on through this fast-moving October season. Enjoy the foliage. It's beautiful.